Namaste and welcome back to Waking Up with Mindful Serenity Yoga. And we're going to continue with our little exercise of trying to answer a question, or not answer a question, of pulling a concept out of the jar and trying to speak on it within 4 minutes. Now, I can't stress enough that concepts are just pointers. They are not what they are pointing to. In other words, a concept is used to represent a reality that can only be experienced to be known. So when we look at a word or an idea or a belief or some dogma, it simply points to that which we need to experience. Not in the head, but in the body, in the soul, in the moment. So that is what a concept is, and it is very limiting. So when we do this exercise, please bear in mind that the things that the concepts are pointing to are so grand, so infinite, often omniscient, omnipresent, or omnipotent, and it's really hard to put all that in a 4-minute section when we look at these concepts. So I guess what I want to prove through this little exercise to myself more than anything else, and that's why I do most of these, is it's a part of my learning. I believe that when we share, we learn, and when we learn, we share. I'm trying to prove the limitations of concepts. Because as a yogi, I'm trying to experience my moment rather than intellectualize it or conceptualize it, and there's a big difference between conceptualizing living and living. Anyway, so that's what this is all about. So I digress from my 1 minute and 57-second spiel and go right in and pull out the question. Samskara is the word I got. I'm going to take a deep breath. I don't have my phone on me, so I'm going to be watching the time. Okay, it starts now. Samskara. What is a samskara? A samskara is a big term in yoga, and I often write about it and speak about it. It is a word I was introduced to by Michael Singer from The Untethered Soul or Living Untethered. It was a word heard in all the studying I've done in my yoga practice and my yoga studying over the 25 some years. I guess it's been closer to 30 years that I've been practicing yoga and studying yoga. And it is a word that simply means not, and I refer to it as a blockage in the energy flow. And people say, energy flow, that's so woo-woo, lady. But when I mean all things are energy, right? Now, quantum physicists are proving how everything is energy, and the experiments done at CERN, we're seeing the boson, which is often referred to as the God particle, and we've been shown the Higgs field, the vibrational and spacious field from which all matter originates, right? So everything is energy, and just like an electrical current, energy has to flow, and it needs an entrance point and an exit point in order to not do harm. Most of us bring in the energy in the form of resistance by trying to avert from the things in life that are unpleasant to our psyches, which are again just a collection of stored events, another concept that we created and become so identified with that we call me. So we're trying to protect that psyche from further pain or discomfort, even though it was built on pain and discomfort and fear. And we're trying to prevent further discomfort by pushing away anything that life offers us that is unpleasant or that triggers what we've stored inside. And by pushing away, what we do is grasp and pull in. And that's how we avoid feeling those things. We push them down below a subconscious level of understanding. So samskaras build up, these knots, these stored things that we stuffed, and don't have to be negative, but most often they are negative in the sense that we could be pulling things in from the environment that we want to cling to because we want to repeat those experiences, or they made us feel good inside, and we want to build on them, and we build expectations around them and such. But regardless, we have a lot of stored stuff inside us, a lot of tangled knots that block the flow of Shakti. Shakti is the energy of who we are. It is natural to us. It is meant to flow through us. It's not meant to be blocked. But here we are experiencing life with these blockages, seeing through these blockages, continually to resist life so that we do not experience any more activation of these blockages, because when they get activated, they come up and we feel the pain from the inside as well as the pain that's coming at us this way, and it's a mess. So we do whatever we can to avoid it, and we keep pushing down and putting tangled knots on top of tangled knots, stored events on top of stored events, emotional energy on top of emotional energy, and we block that flow of Shakti, which is pure peace, love, joy, bliss. It is who we are. But we don't experience who we are because we're so busy looking out there and being stuck in our heads and building and storing and protecting these samskaras that we do not feel the flow of Shakti. I have a mantra I use now in my meditation practice, and it goes like this. I am opening. I am releasing. I am... It's going to take me a minute to remember this. I am cleansing. I am healing. I am allowing. I am embracing. I am touching the flow of Shakti. And I say that every day just as a reminder that I need to cleanse out these samskaras, cleanse out these blockages, stop stuffing and storing and pushing things on top, and just allow life in its purest form to flow through me so my Shakti can flow up and out back into life. That's what samskaras are. Samskaras are these tangles and knots that we need to get rid of. We don't have to forcibly get rid of them. They'll get rid of themselves on their own with every trigger we get from life, because life is here triggering. Just allow it to come up and out, and allow life to be whatever it is, knowing and honoring and embracing the fact that it is helping us to cleanse and to heal. Stay open is the mantra that we're trying to get to. Anyway, I hope that makes sense about samskaras. Thank you so much for joining me. Namaste.